Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another weekly tarot check-in here from Junodrome Intuitive Arts. If you're tuning in live, welcome to this tarot check-in. If you are tuning in post, that's great too. Welcome. If you're watching this later, you might be able to see down below in the timestamps a link to when your Zodiac reading is. Otherwise, if you're here live, welcome. We're going to dive straight into this reading here. So I will start by doing the reading for Aries. So let's see. Aries, I picked your cards already. Let's see what you got this week. Aries, we've got some 10 of Swords energy going on here. So there's a sense here that you might feel like things are really too much this week. So how can you come back to center, right? So if you feel like you're feeling really overwhelmed and like maybe overworked potentially, there's a potential for feeling a little bit of burnout energy this week. It doesn't have to be as dramatic as that card shows. That card's pretty dramatic. It's not always that way. But if you're feeling burnt out, my Aries, there's some really great things that can help you come back to a sense of calm. And you've got two different things here. First of all, you can retreat into your own private garden. What does that mean? That means you can go back into your own space, your own home, your own selfness. Go back to yourself here and reconnect with your inner self on your own. And here with the Queen of Swords, it can talk about feeling more clear-headed. So Aries, this week, it's all about coming back to a clear-headed perspective by taking a little bit of a retreat, right? Retreat to yourself. If you can have any time to yourself this week, especially if you are feeling overworked and a little bit overburdened, there's a sense of really taking as much time for yourself as you can, even if it's a few moments. That's going to help you come back to center and feel more calm and maybe feel less overwhelmed. So coming to a new mental perspective based on situating yourself in a bit more of a rest period, that could really help you out. Okay, so that's from my Aries. We're going to move on now to Taurus. So, Taurus, what does Taurus need to know? Let's do some pulling. Taurus, what does Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, what do you need to hear? Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is your week like for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Okay, so for Taurus, the thing that popped out here was the Four of Cups. So Taurus, I feel like this week is a great opportunity for you to really refocus on the things in life that are really, really helping you, that are really coming to you. That there's some unexpected thing this week that's going to help you break out of thinking about the things that aren't important. So instead of getting lost in the unimportant things, something this week is being given you the opportunity to remember what it is that you care about, to remember what it is that you want for yourself, that you want from life. And with this Two of Wands, it's sort of like there might be an opportunity for you to travel for some of my Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. But beyond just travel, I think it's a new opportunity to let go of thinking about all the things that don't matter and start to understand that there's a bright, beautiful future for you here. So something about this week is kind of opening. There's an opening energy, opening yourself up to this double Queen energy as well, Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands. So it's like there's a sense of really connecting into fully understanding who you are, what you want, how you feel on an emotional level, and feeling connected to that in a way where maybe this sort of disconnection, you won't be focusing so much on all of the things surrounding you that don't matter, and to be able to come back to a sense of self here, a sense of interconnection. So really, if there's any opportunity this week for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for you to really connect into yourself, that's going to be really big. That's some of the hugest messages I've been reading from all of my daily readings this week and all of the other stuff I've been doing. I do think for all of us, there's a big opportunity to tune out the external, really take the time, go within and understand yourself a little bit better, and really don't focus on all the external craziness, especially as things are crazy and continuing to get crazy. There's a real importance to find your own personal center. For my Taurus sun, moon, and rising, take the time to find your personal center. Okay, so next up we have our Geminis. So Gemini, what do you need to know? Sun, moon, and rising, Gemini. Okay, interesting. This is repeats. Okay, I'll take it. Similar to Aries. Wow. There's a lot of really, really similar messages. So I think we all need some stuff. Once I do the group reading at the end, I think this will become even clearer. But you got the burnt out energy as well. So I think we're all feeling this like craziness, the crazy external. I think for my Geminis in particular, I think you've been working really hard on something, and that this difficult, hardworking energy that you've been putting in somewhere, it might be leaving you feeling a little burnt out. So my Gemini sun, moon, and risings, if you are feeling burnt out this week, there's a real importance here to tune in to yourself, just like I said with Aries. But for you, there's a more important message of getting rest. So for my Geminis in particular, Gemini sun, moon, and rising, are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough rest? Are you doom scrolling on the internet all night? Or are you really taking the time to go to sleep when you know you need to, and drinking enough water and taking enough breaks and all of those little tiny things? This week is going to be really important for my Gemini sun, moon, and risings, and that's going to help you feel a little bit more connected to yourself, a little bit less like stuck in the mind, and a little bit more comfortable. So you might be doing 10 million things and have 100,000 projects going on, but this week there's a real importance to make sure that you're getting some rest and you're not overworking yourself. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the deck here real quick, and then we're going to move on to Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. So if you're tuning in to this in post, welcome to everybody. I hope that this reading serves you well. If you are tuning in now, welcome to anybody who's watching live. I think we're ready to shuffle again. So this is now going to be for Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. What do my Cancer, sun, moon, and rising need to know? Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. What do Cancer, sun, moon, and rising need to know this week? Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. One more. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. Two more. All right, that's fine. Too many. Okay, so Cancer. The first card that came out is the Heartbreak card. Oh, you got two. Ooh, hidden card. Okay, well, I don't think this is necessarily something you got to worry about. I think that this is sort of a sense of this week might feel emotionally overwhelming for you, for my Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. So if you are feeling emotionally overwhelmed right now, first of all, that's okay. That happens to all of us, right? There's so much going on in the world. Things might feel crazy. So if things feel really intense and crazy for you this week, Cancer, sun, moon, and rising, the message from everybody so far has been get some rest. So I'm going to say that. But also, it's important to remember that you are the magician in your life. So you are in control of creating whatever world that you want for yourself. Now, your ships might be coming in this week. So what's interesting, though, the Three of Wands and the Three of Swords together, which is really, these came out together. This Three of Wands card was hidden behind the Three of Swords. So there's a sense with this that there's an opportunity here for you to really understand that the over-focus on the things that didn't work out and that aren't working out is blocking you from seeing the ships that are coming in that are bringing you the opportunity to move in a new direction towards whatever. So in order for you to tune into this magician energy for my Cancer, sun, moon, and rising, it's important to remember that you have the ability to transform whatever situation you're in. And we have the King of Pentacles here, which is like ultimate stability here in the physical world. So you are capable of bringing in this sense of stability. It's just going to take a reframe of your perspective and understand that, when things don't work out, maybe that's an opportunity for you to see something different. Take a look at the Hanged Man here. You got the Hanged Man as well. The Hanged Man is stuck, but he's stuck in order to gain spiritual wisdom. So what is the wisdom that's coming from this heartbreak that's going to open you up to your next opportunity? Because there's something about this heartbreak energy that's opening you to a new opportunity, if you so choose to take it. So take a look at that this week. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that helps you. We're going to move on now to Leo, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, you got a lot. And they all came out. All right, we'll take them all. Leo, we're going to go on a journey together. So, Leo, something about this week is giving you a decision. You have to choose right or left this week. And I think that this decision is really overwhelming for you. So on the right side, you have a battle, a stuck energy, probably within the mind. I'm just thinking that intuitively. So something about this week is making you choose between either the battle within that's stuck in the mind, or the high priestess, the intuition. So I think that you have two different voices going on inside of you this week, Leo. You have your intuition, which is a silent voice that's a little bit harder to hear, and you have the chaotic inner dialogue going and going and going and going. And so, it might seem overwhelming to try to clear that out, but you do have the Ace of Swords here. So this week is bringing you an opportunity, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, to clear out that overthinking, stuck energy and come back into a sense of clear-headedness. So how are you going to do that? There's some ways for you to do that is to really understand that, a lot of these battles are in your past, and having gone through difficult situations, a lot of times we take that as a way to view our future, right? We take what happened in the past and we tell ourselves that that's how things are going to go moving forward. But in reality, that's not always the case, right? That you have the ability to make anything happen. So this new perspective of shifting for where you're not like waiting for the other shoe to drop or imagining that the terrible things from the past will continue, but understanding that you can live whatever life you want for yourself. It doesn't matter. That's going to help you feel like you have more possibility, more connection, more ability to make anything happen. And that's going to move in pretty quick for you this week. So Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I hope that helps you this week as you understand that you can create whatever you need. Even if things feel like kind of stuck, you do have the energy and the ability to bring in anything that you want for yourself here. It's just a matter of reframing your perspective a little bit and understanding that sometimes the opportunities that are there for you are not always easy to see, right? But they're still there. Okay, who's next? Next up, we have Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see. What do Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising need to hear? Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. That is too many cards. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, here we go. Okay, Virgo. This week is all about a new start towards your passions. This is going to be a really fiery, passionate week for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So take that energy and roll with it, run with it. If you have any creative inspiration, creative spark this week, roll with that, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's going to really help you. You have the King of Wands and the King of Cups, two Kings energies. So the Kings are at the top, right? They're the top of the energy pile. And with it being in the Cups and in the Wands, there's a sense here that you have this opening this week to to really feel confident in your ability to emotionally connect to yourself, right? To connect to your emotional state in a way that is comfortable and confident, and that's going to help you bridge the gap to any kind of creative ventures or passion projects coming up this week. So it's sort of like allowing yourself to feel all of the emotions that you have and be connected to your own emotional state, and let that be the fuel for your passions. Let your emotions fuel your passions this week. And with the Six of Cups, it's sort of like it's coming from this place of happy memories from the past and from childhood. So there's a sense that as you continue to find creative inspiration, maybe you find creative, and it doesn't have to be, art. It can be anything. Creativity is those aha moments. It doesn't have to be artistic, but it definitely can be for some people. But there's a sense that as you connect in with that this week, there might be some memories from the past, some childhood memories that could actually help you fuel those inspirations as you move forward. So, yeah, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I hope that helps. I hope you have a good week. Next up, we have Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What can my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising expect this week? Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. No. All right. Sorry. We're gonna pause. Libra, we're gonna pause and we're gonna shuffle. So I'm just getting the same cards over and over again, and that's not helpful for anybody. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs need this? No. Just get the same ones over and over. All right, here we go. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. There we go. Something different. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What can we expect for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Okay, so Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This week might have you feeling anxious, right? There might be some anxiety energy going on in your head, an overthinking energy. So be mindful this week, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, of doing any kind of overthinking, doing any kind of anxious doom scrolling or anything like that, right? Be careful of that this week. I think that there's a lot of illusions going on, and those illusions can get really difficult and stuck in the mind and make us overwhelmed. So remember that you have the ability to create whatever you need for yourself. You have the King of Pentacles, which is ultimate stability. So if you feel like the world is an unstable place or something about your life is in an unstable place, do know that you have the power to create more stability for yourself, and you can find that. So tune into that. What does that mean for you? Even if that means something small, like I am going to retreat to this room in my house, and just with the big pentacles, maybe it's like I'm going to go outside and I'm going to garden this week, and I'm just going to think about gardening. And if something comes up that makes me overwhelmed, makes me nervous, I'm not going to take it to heart. I'm going to move in a place where I can come to a more calm space and connect back into myself, right? So this week for my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, it might be really important for you to take that. And we have moving from a challenging, difficult place to moving to calmer waters. So there is a sense this week of maybe of starting to be able to overcome this anxiety, overthinking energy. So there is a tool to overcome that for you. But it's really it's important that you understand that you have the power to overcome it as well, right? And to be really gentle with yourself. Be really gentle with yourself if you are going through anxiety and overthinking and overwhelm. We all do it. We all go through those kinds of periods. So don't feel like you're alone in that. Understand that you can come back to a place of stability, that it's here for you. It's possible for you. So really give yourself some space and the benefit of the doubt this week. And if you need extra time and extra space to chill out, give yourself that time and space. I think that'll be really helpful and really important for you. So Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I hope that that's helpful. We're going to move on now to Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see, what do my Scorpios need to know this week? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What do my Scorpios need to know? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, that one too. Okay. All right. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Yeah, you're feeling it too. Don't worry about it. We're all getting this card. This isn't really, don't be afraid. I think that, with stuff going on in the world, things feel really overwhelming. So first of all, you might feel like you're feeling really overwhelmed this week, or really scared, or really over the top, or overburdened, or overworked, burnt out, any of those kinds of things. If you're feeling that burnout energy this week, that's okay. The first step is to acknowledge your feelings, to feel it within yourself, to understand it, and to take the steps to come to a place of more calm and a relaxation, whatever you need, right? You do have the Eight of Pentacles as well, which is very similar to the Aries and Gemini messages here. You very well may have been overworking yourself, and so be careful of burnout this week. Be careful of taking on too many things. If you need to put something down, put something down. That's really important. Now, at the same time, though, we have the Three of Cups, which is happy celebration with friends. So, for my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this might be a really good week to call up your friends and find some time to go out and hang out and blow off steam together. This might be a really great opportunity to meet up with like-minded people and talk stuff out. Get back to a place of calm with each other. And put down the work for the week. Put down the work. If you can help it, try not to overwork yourself this week, because I think that there's a real sense of feeling really overwhelmed and overburdened. Your final card is the Queen of Pentacles, and she shares her abundance with everyone. So I do think that, by meeting up with your friends, you might not just be helped by that, you might be helping them as well. So take the time and the opportunity to meet with the people that you love this week. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I think that's going to help you feel alleviated from that burnout energy and feel a little bit more calmer, back to a sense of self. Find the retreat that you need for yourself. That's been the big takeaway from all of these readings so far, is real retreat energy. This is a week of, if you can take a break, take it. Take any break you can. If it's only 5 minutes, take it, because I think that's really going to help you this week from feeling overwhelmed and overburdened and overworked, because it seems like there's a lot going on. Okay, so we're going to move on now. Next up, we have Sagittarius. So my Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What can Sagittarius expect this week? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, we got one. Sagittarius. Oops. Okay. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, almost there. There's been some repeat cards this week for everybody. I think it's because ultimately, as a collective, especially if we're doing Sun, Moon, and Rising, everybody's got a little bit of all the energy going on. So this is readings for everybody. But okay. So for my Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this week, this could be a good week for you, which is interesting because for everybody else, it seems like it's a bit of a challenging week. Doesn't mean it's bad, but I think for my Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I think that this is a week where you can feel like you're in a power place. However, though, it's interesting because you do have a lot of the similar cards of challenges that everybody else is going through. I think there's a lot of illusions going around, and that's something to keep in mind. And I think with this hangman energy, you might be feeling like really hung up about stuff, really stuck, and needing to take a break, just like everybody else. But you're in an emperor place, and I think it's coming from this Knight of Pentacles, which is showing movement in the physical world and stability. The Knight of Pentacles moves really slowly. So something about this week for my Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising is, I think you're seeing you're seeing the culmination of something that you've been working on for a long time. So I think that, don't charge forward too hard. Take a step back, be reserved this week. But there's a sense that you're going to be able to move closer to the places that you're looking to go this week as well. So don't focus too much on the illusions going on. Take the time to pause so that you see clearly, clear-headedly the perspective to move forward. And I think for my Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising, it's going to be a really great opportunity for you to feel more aligned with yourself, more in control of your life, and more coming from a power place this week. Okay, so we're going to move on now. That was Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Next up, we have our Capricorns. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let me just shuffle. So Capricorns. Ooh, okay. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What can we expect for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising this week? Okay. Capricorn, Sun, Moon. Okay, that's enough. Wow. All right, Capricorn. This is an interesting time for you this week. So for my Capricorn, the first card that came out was the Two of Pentacles. So this is a really important week to balance things out, right? I think there's a real need to balance your life and your situation, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and you're balancing two different desires. I think with the Death card here, you're desiring to end certain things. You want some things to be done, right? I think that there may be some things that have been continuing on in your life, on and on and on, and you're just ready for something to be over, and you just want it to end. And I think there's an impulse here with this balance card. There's an impulse here to just say, screw it and cut it out, right? Like, I'm done. I'm going to cut it out this week. I think you are being encouraged to be a little bit hesitant of that energy, though, with this Two of Pentacles, the balance card. I think it's important to remember that you want to stay balanced in this, and you want to stay stable in this. With the Queen of Pentacles, she's a very stable person. She's a very stable character here. So as you have this desire to end something, to break something away, to break off from something, to complete something, for something to be done, don't move too hastily. Make sure you're moving from a place of stability and you're moving from a place of balance. Now, if you are moving from those, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I think maybe this is a good week to end something, or it is a good opportunity to let something go. But make sure that you're doing it from a stable and balanced place, and not from a place of fear or screw it energy, just like, I don't even care anymore energy. That's not going to help you in the long run. Make sure that you're understanding what you need for yourself long term, not just the short term understanding. Okay, so that's Capricorn. Next up, we have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, so what do my Aquariuses need to know? Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, we almost had some cards. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. There we go. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Almost there. Aquarius. Interesting. There's some hesitation for my Aquariuses this week. There we go. Okay. So Aquarius, the first card that came out, Aquarius, was the Star, which is interesting because I'm fairly certain, I can't show the whole thing, sorry. But I'm fairly certain that the Star is the Aquarius sign. So this is sort of your week in a lot of ways, Aquarius, which is great. So, and yeah, homecoming as well. So I think that for my Aquarius, is something about this week, Aquarius, is you feeling like you're coming home to yourself here, and like this energy this week, it's been feeling kind of chaotic and challenging for most people, but for whatever reason, Aquarius, okay, there's some senses that it's a little bit like that for you as well. You do have the grief card here. So I think that there's a sense this week of you maybe finally overcoming some challenges that you've been through. But ultimately, there's a sense of coming home to yourself and maybe feeling justice for something. Maybe you're going to be feeling justice for a past challenging situation, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and you'll feel a little bit more interconnected with your own being. And you have the Lovers card too, which I think is just coming back to this homecoming message. It could be meeting with somebody else in some kind of romantic connection. It definitely does not have to be, though. I think, though, for the most part, there's something about this week is going to let you feel like you're more yourself. It's going to make you feel like, even though you might have been through some setbacks in the past, there's something about this week where you feel like, yes, no, I'm back in myself in a way I haven't been in a while. So there's an opportunity this week for you to really reconnect to your own sense of self and use that moving forward in a way that's really positive and helpful. Okay, last up we have Pisces. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see, Pisces. You had one card fall here. Okay. Let's see what else. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pisces. Okay. All right. So Pisces, you had the Judgment card come out first. So I can't show the whole thing, so I'll just show these together. There's a sense that this week for my Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising is coming to a clearer perspective about some situations that have happened in your past. Something about this week is going to let you feel a little bit clearer, clear-headed about what's going on, about why things happened the way they did. You'll start to understand that, you feel a little bit less questioning, a little bit more understanding happening here. And I think it's coming from a place of finally understanding, the things in your life that don't matter. I think that this week is bringing an opportunity for my Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising to have a little bit more clear-headed perspective on the things that are present in your life that you don't want, that you don't need, and a better understanding on like what the more aligned sense of movement for you actually is. And because of that, I think that this is going to be an excellent week for you to reawaken to your passions, your drives, the things that light you up in life. So something about this week is giving you an opportunity to really connect into your own creative inspiration, your own sense of self, and using that to move forward this week. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I hope that was helpful. All right, everybody. So next up, we're going to do some collective readings. And then after that, we are going to open the floor to some personals. If anybody wants a personal reading, there's nobody in the chat right now, but if anybody shows up and you want a personal reading, you let me know and you get one. And if you're tuning into this later, I'm thinking probably this time every week, I'll be doing this. So you're welcome to tune in. Okay, so it looks like we got one person in the chat. I'm going to be giving a quick group reading, and then after that, I'm opening the floor to free personal readings. So if you want one, stick around. All right, so what can we expect as a collective this week for everybody? The Tower came out, and I think that's the elephant in the room this week that we really need to address. This is a challenging week. I feel it already. It's already been sort of challenging. So what can we expect for this week for the whole collective? I think we can expect a continuation of not really understanding what's happening, right? It's sort of like what's going on. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of this Tower energy happening around us. So it's important to keep that in mind here. There's this sort of sense of like, oh my gosh, right? So chill out, right? I think we all need to chill out a little bit more. And I think that's important. The thing about this card that's important to remember, this came out for so many of the Zodiac readings too this week. So, the Ten of Swords is here with us right now. The thing about the Ten of Swords, it is very dramatic. It is incredibly overly dramatic. You look at this card, it would have taken just one sword to do the job that all of these swords have done. And so it's important to remember that, right? That there's a sense that things are not as dire as they are being made to feel in the mind. And so how can we come back to a sense of inner peace and inner strength this week? That is really, really important. How can we come back to a sense of inner stability this week and come to a place of feeling more calm, more, less lion, more lady here, How can we get to that? She tamed the lion. The lion is calm now, right? How can we tame the lion of anxiety and stress? Well, one of the ways is through balancing and through generosity, So this week might be a great opportunity for you to give back somehow. Sometimes, by expressing gratitude, a lot of times, some of the more challenging moments of my life, I've turned to gratitude practices, gratitude meditation sort of things, that sort of thing. And it can be really helpful, the sort of coming back to a sense of gratitude, understanding the things in our life that we're grateful for can actually really help you come out of a dark place from the mind by being a little bit clearer with yourself about the things that you are grateful for. That can help you feel more connected, more aligned, more calm, more centered. What does that mean exactly? So basically, gratitude, having gratitude affirmations, just saying, I'm so thankful that I have air to breathe. I'm so thankful that I have a house. I'm so thankful that I have a place to sleep at night. I'm thankful that I have clothes, that I have access to water, that I have food, right? This sort of gratitude, it can really, really help to alleviate some of the internal stuff, because we start to remember, yes, okay, all this stuff is going on. Yes, okay, I have this fear. Yes, okay, my mind can't stop thinking. But ultimately, if I can come back to a sense of feeling grateful, a sense of feeling calm, of feeling comfortable, of feeling collected in myself in this moment, it can help you feel more centered, more stable, right? And that's where we have this King of Pentacles come in, that there is a sense of ushering in a sense of stability here in a time when we feel unstable. When we feel like things are collapsing around us, it's very, very important to build a sense of stability within. How can you build a sense of stability within? How can you be like the pine tree spirit or the mountain spirit, right? The mountain, you think about the mountain. During a storm, the pine tree, it might blow in the wind, right? And it might shake, and it might shake hard. But the core of that tree is planted in the ground. It is grounded and planted, and that planted energy stays and it holds through the storm. So how can you plant your roots deep and hold through the storm of whatever storm is happening in your life right now, internal, external? I mean, there's so much going on. How can you plant your feet, plant yourself into this grounded energy and breathe through it, right? So if you have any kind of meditation practice, any kind of mindfulness practice, anything like that, even just like Googling grounding meditations on YouTube, any of that kind of thing is going to be really helpful this week. If you find yourself face to face with this burnt out energy, with this overwhelmed energy, with this craziness energy this week, coming back to a sense of stability inside can help you feel less crazy and more calm and centered, right? So anything you can do for yourself this week to do that is really, really, really going to help you out. And with the Hierophant here, there is a sense as well of understanding that some of these traditional systems that exist outside of us, those might be shaking, right? Those traditional systems are really, really might continue to shake this week. So just how can you create a sense of inner stability for yourself that can help you? That's going to be the biggest thing. Okay, so I can let that be it for the group reading. I'm opening up to personal readings. So it looks like there's 2 people in the chat. If you would like a free personal reading from me right now, let me know in the chat, and I would be happy to give you one. So I'll wait for those commenters and see. There's 2 people watching. If you would like a free personal reading, let me know. I would be happy to give you one right now. I'll just wait for a minute or two and shuffle a little bit and see. Otherwise, I can go back to doing some more group messages. But since we have some viewers, I would be happy to give you a free personal reading. So if you would like one, please let me know in the chat right now to one of my 2 people watching. If not, that's okay. I will continue with my group reading. I'm going to give it another minute and probably just continue some more group messages. So let's see. Anybody want one? I'm not seeing so with the comments. So I will continue doing some group messages, and if you want one, just let me know in the comments, and we can always switch gears. Yeah. So how's everybody feeling this week? I know with the weekend things got crazy. They might keep getting crazy. I don't know. You know, life is like that. So let's see. What do we need? What else do we need to know this week? What's going to be helpful for us this week? What do we need to know this week as a collective? Okay, so there might be more continued sense of feeling like we're going to fight here, you know? So you might be feeling a little bit of a battle energy this week. But what's interesting though, with this one, this is the 7 of Wands, is that this man is starting to come out of the battle, right? He's not totally locked and stuck forever. He's starting to make his way out. So there's a sense that this week is giving you an opportunity out of a situation that might be tricky, right? And, you know, it might involve other people. It might involve other people being deceitful. Not always, though. You know, I think that this card can be a little bit dramatic sometimes, but it can definitely mean with, you know, maybe feeling like you're in some kind of situation with other people that isn't really working out, right? And I think that you might be starting to overcome that. And you might be overcoming that situation by giving an olive branch almost. You know, we have these 2 cups here. So I think the first thing is to acknowledge your emotions about the situation. I think that that's really, really important to acknowledge how you're feeling, you know, and honor those feelings. If those feelings are telling you to walk away from something, then that might be the case. If these feelings are telling you that, you know, things are a little bit too challenging or they're not working or whatever, you know, take that into account. And if you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious or stressed or sad or angry or any emotion that you're feeling, first step is to definitely feel that, to feel it out, feel what you're feeling deeply, understand yourself. And you know, but you might extend an olive branch to whatever the situation this is, because sometimes, you know, when we're dealing with other people, sometimes we really just don't know what's going on with that other person, and it's so easy to get stuck in our own narrative about a situation and be locked in our own understanding of things. But you know, that other person, you know, they're the main character of their story, just like you're the main character of your story, right? So they're dealing with it from their own perspective and they're dealing with their own stuff. So this might be an opportunity for you to extend an olive branch to the situation, and you know, to be the humble one, and to take a step back and say, you know, what is happening, what is going on, you know, and be vulnerable. Say, hey, look, this is how things are going for me. I feel this way. I don't like how I feel. I'm feeling overwhelmed, and it's scary to talk to you about these feelings, but I just need to tell you how I'm feeling. And who knows, you know, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. If that doesn't work out, that's okay too. But you might feel better for just expressing your feelings, expressing how you feel about it. And that might leave you feeling a little bit more clearer, even if that other person spits in your face, you know, at least you're clearer about their intentions than maybe you were before. You know, if you're like totally confused about why they're doing what they're doing, you maybe even that will give you a sense of clarity, and that sense of clarity could help you feel a little bit better about what's going on. So ultimately, I think that there's a sense of needing to tune into your intuition this week. I think that all of us are being asked to go within this week. From the Zodiac readings I just gave, it definitely feels like this is a really intense moment to take a break and take a pause and really, really go within, understand ourselves a little bit more, you know, embrace the reclusive energy a little bit this week. Although I didn't see anybody get the hermit, but it does feel like there's a sense of needing to take a step back and really tune within, because I think that things are not as they seem. I think that things are a little bit more challenging. I think that there's a sense that this week is really bringing in a lot of chaos, and one of the big antidotes to that is to not accept it, right? To not accept it inside. Even if things are happening outside, you have the ability to say, no, I don't want to take that inside, right? So yeah, so that's a big one. All right, so it looks like we have 2 people in the chat right now. So if you were watching this right now and you would like a private reading, a free, not a private reading, sorry, a personal reading, a free personal reading, please let me know in the chat. Tell me that you want one, and I would be happy to give you one. Otherwise, I'm just doing collective readings until somebody says they want one. So if you would like a free personal reading, I would be happy to give one right now. Otherwise, I'm going to keep doing the group readings because I've been getting some good messages. So that's good too. All right, I'm putting it out there one more time. Go ahead and comment now if you would like a free personal reading, not private reading. It's a public personal reading. I understand that not being everybody's cup of tea, but if you would like one, let me know. I'd be happy to give you one. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going. So let's do some more collective. What else does the collective need to know this week? What else do we need to know? What are some more important messages for all of us this week? Yeah, we're getting a lot of repeats, which is fine. I think that that's a big part of this. So big message. Balance. This week is all about coming back to a sense of balance. And I think feeling overworked, I got that a lot from a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the mini Zodiac readings this week were about feeling overwhelmed and overworked. So this week, it's really, really important to take the time to come back to a sense of personal balance. If you can balance your situation, even just even 5 minutes of nothing, put down your phone, sit in your car, sit outside, sit in your room, sit wherever with silence and just breathe for 5 minutes. Even just that, I think, will help you a lot in coming back to a sense. And even if you feel like you don't need it, right? Even if you feel like, no, I'm fine, right? A lot of times you do need it and you don't know that you need it until you do it, right? And then it'll be like, oh, wow, yeah, I did need that. So take the time for that. You might be feeling stuck. You might be feeling blocked. You might be feeling like you're fighting or there's a battle going on and you don't know how to get out of it, right? Understand that if that's the case, you always have the ability to take a step back. You always have the ability to take a step and rest and think, right? Think before you act. It's really important. And this might be a moment where things feel really emotional as well. So be with yourself, be present with that. If you're feeling really intense emotions this week, there's a need to honor where you are, honor yourself in that. Emotions might be running high, and if they are, that's okay. That's a part of life. That's a part of how things work. So if you're feeling deeply emotional, understand that that's okay. That your emotions are valid and they're important to feel. And if you acknowledge your emotions, that'll help you feel better. By trying to block them, you block yourself off, and then you can't feel anything, right? That leads to a sense of numbness. So make sure that you're present with your feelings, even if they're challenging. And finally, I do think there's an opportunity to come back to a sense of stability. This one came out before for the group reading, so I think it's a good one to end on. I might just end on it, unless anybody wants putting the call out one more time. If you want a free personal reading, free personal reading, tell me in the comments. I'll give you one. But otherwise, with this King of Pentacles, there's a sense that this week is it's important to find the inner stability. That's really, really, really big this week. Find that inner stability within, because that is going to help you through anything challenging that happens. If you come back to yourself, come back to your center, come back to a sense of inner peace, of inner being, that is going to help you understand. It's just going to help you calm down. It's going to help you help you tune out the chatter outside and feel more safe, honestly, more safe by going within. So anyway, everybody, that's it for me. I hope that this reading serves you well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back again next week for this, as well as lots of pick a card readings on the channel. Tune into all the archive as well. There'll be a new pick a card up this week as well. I'm halfway through that, so do expect that. That is coming. And I'll give this one person who's watching, if you want a free personal reading, I'll give you one. If you want a personal reading, I'm going to give it to you anyway. Person watching, be careful with your choices this week, right? You have the ability to come back to a sense of calm and stability, but it might be from walking away from something. So if you're walking away from something, that's okay. That happens, right? But take your time, right? Slow but steady wins the race. Anyway, I'm going to go. That's it for me. I'll catch you all later. Bye.